Greetings, I am Liz and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Hey.
Part of me's like, and there's a little girl.
And there's a little girl. Let's talk to her together.
I mean, in Two Roots, we've never seen a child, so I'm like, hey, something new. We have?
Yes, we have. We've never really directly talked to any children, but we have seen them.
Oh, the little child was in the market and stuff. Okay,
and we saw his child self, so technically speaking, we've seen two children.
I say we haven't interacted with each other.
Anyway, go ahead.
I think we can... Oh, my apartment. We could just skip the child completely. Bye! Yeeting out.
I
think she would talk to her.
It seems like you stopped for a reason. I'm Nicole. I just moved into the suite on the first floor. What is your name?
Emma Reckensik. I live behind that door you're blocking.
My parents are in France. I hate my governess, Frau Schmoll.
Frau Schmoll is a great name.
That's all there is to know about me.
My whole life. My parents are in France, and I hate my governess. My whole personality. Alright, whose personality is just parents in France and hating their governess? That's the mood.
That's a whole gender.
Meet you. Sure, this isn't all there is to know about you. What do you hate about your government?
Why?
Why do you hate your government? You know what? I'm pleased to meet you, but I'm very tired. You know what? I think we would just be playful and just go with, what do you hate about... That was a really strong statement. What do you hate?
Also, again, like, she's had kind of a hard time. Like, I know some people go, I just want to run away. But some people actually go, oh, a distraction. I'll talk to, something really wildly different.
It can also be some case of, all right, everyone hates women today. Let's find out.
Actually, why do you
hate
women?
Alright, so I know why stuffy old men hate women, but why you? Why do you hate your governess? Why do you hate your governess?
She yells at me all the time. She makes me study stupid things. She's not my parents. She's not my parents.
Reasons why you are dumb. You are not my parents.
Fair, actually. How's that?
I'm sure she's not that bad.
Nicole, it's time for your music lesson!
Look at that. Bleh.
Need to go before Frau Schmoll finds me.
Oh, God. Alright.
Grabs hand, shakes. He's very nice meeting you. I am glad you will be my friend.
We are friends.
Yes.
It has happened. You look so tired. Poor thing.
You're like, what?
Also, that child was not
You
walking
could
that door.
Actually skip her. I think you could. I think it was supposed to be part... She went home. This was her walking home. So that was what... Yep, in movie language, that would be, sort of going through the transition, what she got to get here. Mm-hmm. And then coming up here, episode 3, derivation. Derivation? Yeah.
This
derivatives,
just like
derivation.
Tea, to me.
I was about to say kind of ass.
Tea-lion song. Tea-lion song. So with dyslexia, which if you're here and you don't know that I have that, hello, I'm Liz, I have dyslexia. If I see figures that are not familiar, especially with really stylized fonts, my brain tries to interpret them into things that are more familiar.
Yes.
And so I often will drop basically sort of graphic design kind of text ideas. All right, my apartment. I want to click on that, but it was behind me. Yeah, that's just a public sink, isn't it?
Also, I'm kind of confused as to why it transitioned to we were walking towards the door, and then it went to the little title screen, and then it showed us in front of the door again. Why did it do that?
Again?
Oh, sorry, I'm fine.
Oh. A state of change can be maintained. Also, okay, I'm just gonna character design. Like, if she's not wearing a bustle, she's thick and it very cute. I'm sure of it. I love that the first thing inside your door as your apartment is literally your chalkboard. Like, this is a determined person. You're
Alright.
No kitchen, no bed, nothing.
Who has basically their painter's easel or whatever it is, as immediately as soon as you get in the door. I'm in the door, I'm doing the thing that I love.
My house is for me. Even, like inviting
apartment,
in, like I say, my place that I live is not for accommodating guests, for inviting people in, for making people feel welcome. It's for being my space. If you walk in here, what you're going to see is my work. Period.
Done.
But how can I prove it? I love using the chalk. It's amazing. You also have some great posture, dear. Ugh.
She erased the whole thing down here.
Start over, yes.
I'm very proud.
Mathematician. Like me, it's him.
Mathematician like me.
Yes, I am just a woman. But I have a new idea. No one will listen.
There's actually been lots of women throughout history, at least in terms of like Europe, which is largely what I learned from, who would actually either pretend to be men, they pretended to be their husbands, they pretended to be their fathers, and they pretended to be just like other men, or like they
would develop a male persona.
Yep.
So they could have interaction. I actually have a role-playing character that has that.
Aha.
And she's very proud of her persona, but it's not an in-person persona. It's one of those, online presence as mythical figures. But, like, there are so many movies about, basically, women's oppression and going, you have to be the man to get respect.
I also...
to be heard.
You know what I think is really funny? So, I always think it's really interesting in stories where they always have, basically, a woman who cross-dresses for doing some goal. And she gets together with a dude, and I'm like, do you realize that you just said that basically this whole thing is homoerotic? That men actually have a lot of homoeroticism between them, and there's a lot of queer scenarios that go on, but they never address it because it's always a relief. Oh, God, thank God I'm straight. Or thank God, that we're straight, or going like, I have to reveal the secret. Like, it is so aggressively trying to dodge just how gay that is. But people go, no, but because we know the truth, that she's actually a woman, this isn't gay. I'm like, the guy was falling for this individual thinking that she was a man.
Yes.
Stop trying to de-queerify these stories. But it also is very frustrating that that's where they, one, end, and two, one of the personal peeves that I have had is when that I have seen basically women or girls who pretend to basically be men, they never at all either end up flirting with or making out with or doing anything basically that a lot of the men around them would expect them to do when they do basically masculine behaviors, which includes flirting with girls. And then they just seem to go weirdly, I'll be asexual, and my bros just kind of think I'm weird. I'm like, actually, some dudes will get really toxic about it and get really aggressive if you don't try to basically aggressively force yourself on other girls.
Okay, so there's a movie actually with Whoopi Goldberg called The Associate that actually doesn't have her getting with a man, if I remember it correctly, and I hope I do. She actually dresses up as an old white man to get recognition because she's a young black woman.
Ah.
And
useful.
It's a comedy, but it's a really interesting thing where she's just like, she's good at stocks, she's good with money, but no one will listen to her at all. But once she invents this guy and then makes a physical persona of him so people can meet and see him, they're all like, oh, he's old money, he knows what he's doing, he's the most rich and aloof of the white boys, but like, the basically, founding father type of impressive, he looks enough like a colonizer for everyone to respect him.
Right.
And then she can show up as herself and represent him. And it's a really interesting movie based on how I remember it. I'm like, I realize I haven't seen it for like 15 years maybe. It's been a while. I was quite young when I saw it.
I was going to say, that is an old movie.
I was going to say, but I really found it fascinating when I saw it. And I know some of the humor's in really poor taste. Yes. Because they were back then.
The 90s are an era.
But the idea was really interesting. And based on what I remember, there is no romance plot. It's just a girl power plot.
Okay.
And I liked it. Anyway, I need to rewatch that now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that happens a lot. The cross-dressing is just Mulan story. You fall in love with people. No one cares. I mean, if they haven't just seen your work. On the other hand, it sounded like the individual you were talking to was impressed by and interacted with your letter, but then was telling you that you were name-dropping the person who wrote the letter, not that you were the person who wrote the letter.
Yes.
So it does sound like he cares, because it sounds like you had a good rapport with him through correspondence, but he doesn't care about a woman's mind.
Yes.
Outside. Blackboard. Oh, we don't get to look at the books this time.
Nope, the blackboard extends into the books.
It does.
So you can either look outside or you can go back to your work. You look in the mirror,
the chair. Wardrobe. All right, well, let's look outside. Let's see what we got. The radius was supposed to help me, but I didn't even get to state my problem.
Okay.
Okay. Mirror. Hello, Emma.
Oh. Hello, Emma, my old friend. I think you need to click on the wardrobe.
I'm sure you do. My clothes take up only one side. Oh, making space for someone else? Blackboard.
I was gonna say, is that what that means?
Men equals 0. I love that she just wrote, masculine.
That was the
0.
feminine symbol?
Was that feminine?
That was feminine.
Thank you.
Symbol.
I can remember these things. Feminine. Women equal nothing. It's the beginning of the proof. I know it is. There has to be a solution. Try again. I don't know how to continue. Oh.
Okay. Chair.
Oh, knock.
Alright.
Chair? A chair? Why is it right next to the door though? Seems like your door would run into it almost.
Door.
I'm waiting. She can let them stew for a second. Oh, we don't get to see who's there. Yes?
Package for Emma Reknizek.
That is me. Thank you. Bonk. That is quite a box. From the hospital? Oh no. Are you okay? That looks terribly sad.
Did
Tell me about
partner
the
die?
Pastamsta.
G-postum?
It's probably
Who knows? Anyway.
Something for postmaster, but in Austrian. Letter. Dear Fräulein Reknizek, we regret to inform you that your father, Jean Reknizek, succumbed to the tuberculosis early Friday morning. Yeah, and they send your dad's things. As you are aware, his illness was not responding to treatment, and this is the inevitable outcome. We wanted to assure you that he passed peacefully in his sleep, and just the previous evening, his thoughts were of you. We know you share our belief that he has gone to a better place, where his suffering is finally at an end. Ugh. This looks like a Pokemon though, I can't get over it. Like you got a tail, you got the wings, you got the head with a little horn and everything. Like it's probably terribly disrespectful. We've been playing Pokemon a lot and I'm like, it's Pokemon.
I will say it is interesting. I know it's not saying that is all that happens in the story, but so far we have largely seen two very large events of women basically having large things to do with men. So like in the first story, Wilma was basically trapped in her situation because of a man.
Yes.
And now in this case, she's got this whole story is literally a woman battling / being centered on, focused around men. Plus now her dad has died. I'm noticing an interesting theme because Franz really could have something that had to do nothing basically with women.
I'll say, if you jump back to the artist's story,
yeah,
while she wasn't the main character, our critics' entire possible arc centered around a man as well. So there is this level of, there's certainly some gender themes going on here, very strongly, as well as, again, we're touching on sexism, but it seemed like something they wanted to focus on as the authors.
I mean, and the thing is because we do live in a lot of patriarchal societies, it makes sense. A lot of men do come up in these stories because they're the ones who are in charge, and they have been for a long time.
And when you choose to do historical fiction, as this seems to be, then you're going to run into stronger sexism because in white history, there was a whole lot of it.
Yes, quite a bit of it, actually.
As you know, your father requested his clothing and personal effects be kept for you. We have, therefore, included them in this box. Oh, glasses. It's the ones with the really big loops that go over the ears. You have our sincere condolences for your loss. In sympathy, Johann Klinger, Senior Physician, Sanatorium, Salzburg, Austria. It's all around Austria, but none of it's in Austria. Oh, I'm sorry, kiddo. It's your fault, Father.
Your dad was a mathematician.
You raised me to believe in myself. You believed in me, but now you are gone. What good is it if no one else does?
That is real harsh, and yes. That can be really difficult going, I came to the belief as much as possible for this time. It seems that I was equal to a man or even better than him sometimes.
Or just that my ideas were equal.
Yeah.
That my contributions were equal, even if it had
and my dad would
me.
listen to me regardless of the fact of whether I was a girl or not, you know? And also it seems like then whatever community you went on to after that or was around at the time too, other people were like, okay, sure.
You hadn't been shut down yet.
Yep.
Hours later. I was right. I need to put his things away.
You're gonna
you
wear
can fill
your
the other
dad.
half of the closet. I assume you're gonna dress up as your dad. Look at that.
Yeah.
She is cute. The next morning, I love the falling leaves. I don't know what they mean, but I love them.
I think it's just transition.
Still trying. I also wonder what she does for a living, or if she's like living off of her father's money.
Maybe. That does sometimes happen.
I can't make any headway. It's no use. I have to get to the library. I'm late already. Do you work at the library? Maybe I could think more clearly if I wasn't drowning in memories. Also, like, I want to understand how your hair is put up, because this just looks short, mostly.
It could
But
be.
it was very long in bed.
Oh, it's true.
I want to know how you're tying it up. I'm interested. Baba. All right. Well, chair. Another chair. Another chair. Outside still.
Wardrobe.
Wardrobe again. Now Dad's clothes. Father left me his clothes. Wow. All right, one
Probably
more
mirror
time.
and blackboard. One more time.
Hello, Emma.
Because I don't think those things have anything.
I don't think I can go over to the blackboard without clicking on
over
the
there.
chair first.
The
Can I?
chair isn't highlighted.
Oh, I can move. Okay, I can
You
just
forgot
move.
about that.
Right, I can just move. I don't know how to continue. Yeah, I think I
right.
just need to leave. Time to out ourselves. I mean, go out.
Woo, okay.
Whoops. Whoo. Different things. Aha.
Goodbye.
Oh, we have
Oh,
choices.
we're in the same area.
So, except for, like, we're over further, because the cathedral was way at the edge of the other map. Like, it was way over here on the other map.
Yeah, but, like, that is a different cathedral.
Oh.
Because remember how the other one had a park around it? So this is somewhere else.
This is somewhere. Same city, different part of the canal.
Yep.
The Danube Canal.
Aye.
You can just go to the canal. Oof. Swans. You can just go to the canal. I love that. Okay, cafe. Work at the library. Well, that's where she said she wanted to go.
Yeah, she
So,
said, I need to go to the library.
I'm not
I
going
will
to
think."
screw around until I don't know what I'm doing. As I say, until I get lost, we're going to follow her direction. Because I'm going to see if I can learn who she is. Clearly a woman who has been told and empowered to do whatever she wants. Oh, that was supposed to be a bun?
Oh. Very messy bun.
It
Very
looked like,
messy
yeah,
bun.
fluffy short hair in the back, but it's just a messy bun. Vienna University Library. Are you writing? Oh, this is also a chalkboard. Okay, I was like, this looks like another part of the bookcase. This could indeed be the correct beginning. But how to continue? How can I observe functions of change? Maybe I have to reverse my approach. Maybe I've overlooked something. Some aspect that's missing. That would be our last route.
Usually, as far as I understand, a lot of people talked about they overlook, basically, a detail.
She sounds like she's already looked at a lot of things, though. I think try to reverse it.
Sure.
If you try to solve from the other end, what's your goal?
Right.
You can see what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
So I've tried to solve from the beginning.
Right.
And I know what I want the outcome to be. Let's start with the outcome. Let's see. No.
Reversing the approach, he's not right.
Oh, hello. You look like a kid.
I am returning Boys on Adventures.
We do work at the library. We're a librarian while we're working on this.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
It was so exciting. Pirates and soldiers and mountain climbers.
Your book is overdue, young man. That will be 2 kronen.
Sorry.
She's so businesslike. She's not like, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's great. Nothing. Just, it's late. The enthusiasm. I'm not going to encourage you about reading. I'm not going to, like, connect you to something else. Just, thank you. Good day. She
Honestly,
doesn't
no,
care about books at all. Just math.
That is also, though, deeply modern, though, too. Like, so as much as libraries, like, I don't know how long, actually, libraries have been around and exactly what their functions have been, but as far as I knew, libraries were largely, like, public collections that people made more accessible, but the expectation was usually that lower class people weren't going to spend a lot of time there because you had shit to do, but upper class people were expected to spend more time there.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree.
No?
Based on my experience. So, public libraries are different than personal libraries. A public library was the poor man's university.
No, I remember.
Free college because you could go in and treat yourself.
Well,
Now,
I guess also at the same time, though, it is true that more people actually had a lot more time back in the day before actually we do now. They actually do have specific... So it's been a large conversation, actually, about basically wages and how much people are getting paid in the U.S. and going like, actually, people years ago had way more time than we ever did.
in general, I would say they did. I would say additionally...
The current modern era in the year of our Lord 2021.
Right. I was going to say there is also an experience of going... There was still a massive glorification of hard work. You burn the midnight oil. If you work the job, you work at the docks, you work in the factory, whatever it is, you also make time to go better yourself. To go do more things, to self-educate. Yes. It was a level of expectation. And I don't know how much enthusiasm there was around, yeah, let's encourage other people to use the library, to be here, to do stuff. I don't know how much of that was going on. But definitely, she is so businesslike because she didn't even respond to what he said, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's a very big difference in this case of going, even if she doesn't encourage him to get more books or drive other things forward or whatever, there's definitely an experience of going, I didn't even engage with what you said.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's a little bit of, like, rudeness there, if you will. Small boy swallowed some coins and was taken to the hospital. When his grandmother came to see how he was, a nurse said, no change yet. Okay, that's very silly. So the little change she got from him reminded her of a joke.
Yeah.
As, why can't I see it? A state of change. No change yet. Still looking for change.
Yeah.
What? I wish I had more connection to what you were looking for, dear. That's like a falling leaf suspended in midair. The only reason I have any connection to the falling leaf is because of your illustration, so that doesn't feel diegetic. A full-speed train with the brakes slammed on. A cooling pretzel fresh from the oven. What? I have no idea which one of those you'd be connected to. We haven't interacted with you in food or with you in travel.
The only thing we have seen, even though like we haven't seen
it wasn't actually there.
That could, like I said, it could be a transitional sort of thing because, you know, fall. So this is the leaves are falling and things are changing.
I do
a state of change. So you could do
the little dust motes in this route. I love them.
They're always super good. I mean, the closest one I have is a falling leaf suspended in midair, just because of that. That's all I got.
Yeah, if that's a motif that goes with her, this might be something she would think of. So I can see that. I do love the chalk sound, though. It's very fun. Oh, here we go. It's a fitting image.
Excuse me. Is this a good book on gardening?
Okay, so I suddenly just had a moment where my good friend here actually has done their own personal work at work drawing when there was space and time to do it. Like when it was actually the sanctioned, arranged time or when it didn't interfere with the other work they were doing. And it's funny because at most of the jobs, it's like, why are you doing that? You should only exclusively be doing the just talking over the intercom. You should only exclusively be doing just sitting in the break room. You should only exclusively be doing, why are you doing something else, even if you have the resources, time, and space to do it, and you're fully engaged in the part of your job that's required?
Yes, and you're not going anywhere else, and you're doing exactly the thing you're supposed to do. Yeah, I got so much shit sometimes, and I was just like,
people
no?
cannot tolerate, you don't look like you're doing the job I want, even if you're literally on the production line producing what I want you to produce.
Yes.
And I'm entertained that she's doing this at work and totally getting away with it. All right.
I mean, the thing is there might not be anything to get away with. That's the thing is, though, people have talked about going, like, it feels like wage theft because you're not doing the job you're doing. You're like, but I am where I am. And so it's like singing at work, all right? So sometimes, like, you had this thing where people will be like, you're not doing that, you're not focused, so it shows you're not paying attention. You do not know that. Some people are incredibly fucking skilled at the things they do, and they do other things while doing that because that is how they keep themselves entertained because fuck you.
And it actually helps them focus. Amazing. I was going to say, but yeah, when I say get away with it, I mean... It's clear that the story doesn't have any bias against it.
Yeah, which is nice.
And I'm kind of jealous on my friend's behalf.
My roses are being difficult.
The roses.
Beach fighters.
Looks at it. The Art of the Formal Garden by Carl Dorn. Yes, madam. Professor Dorn is a noted botanist.
I love the thing it says, yeah, librarians will actually do research for you. So in the modern day, actually, so being a librarian, so an actual librarian, not just an assistant, but being an actual librarian is a degree. Like, it requires you to get a master's degree.
It does.
And so the thing is they can help you do research, they can help you do your own projects, they can help you fucking write papers.
They can.
The thing is like, librarians are greatly underutilized, so if you have not asked for your local librarian's help, you can ask them for help. They can help you with social services, they can help you with programs, they can help you like apply for shit like this,
at least in America,
at least in the United States.
Like, they have so many resources, and oftentimes they will be very excited about projects to hunt shit down too. So if you ever go, I read this one book when I was a kid and all I remember are these themes,
right?
You go in and you get a group of librarians and maybe some librarians assistants, and you're like, but start with a actual librarian and go, hey, this thing, and then find out, around what year, based on your age, best you can, or whatever. They will have a time hunting it down for you. Every time I've ever done that with a librarian, they're like, ooh, let me try.
Yeah, they love to do it. Okay, so.
Nothing I try is correct. I just don't know how to continue. I mean, you do know you need help, but you don't feel like you're able to get it. Almost done with work for the day. Maybe I should get something to eat and just try again tomorrow.
Go to the cafe?
Yes. Since no one cooks, some food from the market should change things. Oh, maybe she will cook. Or she might buy something like deli style from the market. Leave library is...
Forest of books.
Forest of bookshelf. Okay, that's cute. That reminds me of Oodles of Flowers. Reading man. He's reading a physics book. Forest. That is the row for books on physics.
Oh god, because you know them so well.
Ah, that is the row for books on biology.
Oh my god, a whole mood. You just get so
Books
familiar.
on
You're just like,
chemistry.
there's over that. Yeah, that's that area over there. People, why? How do you know that? You're like, they never change. I've been here a lot. It's okay.
I love it. My desk. My desk. Not much else to it.
All right, I guess
Returned books. I'll quickly put these away.
Oh, okay. So you remembered to do that before
We
you
could actually do our job. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing.
Ah, that's probably good. I wonder if people forget about that noise,
or they just don't look. Half an hour later, my desk. My desk. Not much else to it. All right, out we go. We've done our job now.
We have.
Goodbye.
We are done.
Goodbye.
All right, market,
All right,
not the cafe.
Market. Yeah, cafe. Nope, going to the market because that's again we're following what she wants right now. I'm only going to switch things up if I think I'm feeling like lost or stuck. Ooh. Wara? Wara?
Vaura ad Herrenmod.
Herrenmod.
Vaura Herrenmod.
Huh. I could have sworn this was the way to the market. We got lost on the way.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. To the market?
Or do we look at stuff?
Window. I wonder. Women can't be mathematicians. Is it possible I could fool them? Ooh, but how could I? Father! Your clothes! You left them to me. Oh, Father, you left them to me! I think she's like, you did that on purpose. You knew what the fuck I'd need once I wasn't there anymore. I
don't think you need to go in there because you don't need the clothes. You have the clothes at home.
I don't, but I'm curious to go in. They might have information about being more masculine.
Okay, sure.
I'm just, also it's an option. It wouldn't do for a lady of my age to enter unaccompanied.
Yeah, I was like, we're actually going to try.
Exit. We can't go to the market now. Net sign. What a... Fashion for men. Window. That's it. Okay, and then we exit. I don't know. We're gonna do it. This is gonna be a cross-dressing story, and I support it. I'm sorry it's because of rampant sexism, but there we go.
Okay, so part of my brain does feel a little silly, but I'm kind of like, I actually wonder how many people would have actually done that, like, done the clothes, like look at the window, if you hadn't seen the trailer.
Oh.
See, that was in the trailer.
See, and I was expecting that to be a thing and going, this is where she gets the idea, isn't it? Which is kind of disappointing. I would have rather that wasn't in the trailer, just personally. The one we saw together. Hey, bird. So I imagine we're still hungry, but we've just had a flash of inspiration, so we're probably heading back to our house.
Sounds like that.
I was gonna say, but it would have been, I would have clicked on it anyways, but I wouldn't have known that, hey, this is where the idea comes from.
Yeah, right.
But because I was clicking on everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of disappointed that something that big to what seems to be the plot was in the trailer.
Yeah.
In such a clear way, too. Alright, wardrobe.
Whoa, my friend
Pardon
is the
me,
tire.
I
Goodness.
yawn. I yawn.
I do the yawn.
Oh, this is a huge wardrobe.
Wow.
I think? Like, or is this a bookcase next to it?
I think you
and
clicked on
this-
something you didn't realize.
No.
You need to...
Sorry, Papa's clothes. I can use them to pose as a male mathematician. And finally get access to the radius. Let's see. Oh,
Okay.
you have to figure out what to do. But if his clothes only take up half the closet, yours are over here, which is still... I can't wear my skirt.
Yes.
Top hat. Perfect. I can't... I can push my hair into the hat. Shirt. I need something to conceal my bosom. Vest. Pullover. I mean, so probably first the shirt. This will look sharp. And then you're going to need a vest.
I
to
think you
conceal.
just put it all on.
I don't think that fits the outfit. Oh. Pullover? That will get too hot. I'll start sweating.
So the
I
coat?
won't be able to take anything off. Jacket. Coat.
Pants?
Jacket's
Put on some
gonna be-
pants
Start with
first.
some trousers.
Goodness.
These pants will do nicely. You need a tie. Excellent, except for it might draw attention to your chest. Jacket. It's a bit too big, but I think that will work because your coat is going to be asked to take off.
It's a
You can
bit
keep a
big.
jacket off. You can keep a jacket on in a room, but not a coat. Again, pretending to be old or sick? No. I'd probably draw too much attention. Or they don't do
Glasses?
vanity canes? Glasses will disguise your face. Yes! These will make me harder to recognize. Like Clark Kent. I should do. So what covers your chest? A normal shirt? Dear, I can leave the outfit on these chairs
Okay.
and be ready for something. It's like a little person.
Ah, it is, but you know
amazing.
what? We're out of time.
Oh,
and I saw
no.
the little lion. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. Any interaction that you give us actually will help with the algorithm where YouTube will go, oh, active channel? Awesome. I will recommend it more. So
Yes.
no obligation, but it would be great if you did. Also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch and our Twitter and our Instagram. And God, we have links down below. It will actually also help us if you interact with us directly there as well. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And
And it was great playing with you. Bye!